And we live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sport. And today I'm joined by Maurice CTN. What's happening, gents?
I'm all good. How you doing?
Hey, Vitamina. Hey, I'm so, dog. Actually, I'm good, dog. I'm awesome. Two of my teams won, at least. Two out of the three, which is
Gentlemen, how are you guys?
we good. You see,
Kosilia
we had a
So,
Shan.
very
so,
good
so,
weekend.
so, so let's start.
Yeah,
Before we get started, let's give
yeah.
our credo motor the praises that he deserves. You called it. You got me excited, and guess what happened?
Savashaya.
I know.
And it could have been 3-0. Yes.
Dude, you guys were meant to win that game. And I was at the stadium and I was like, okay, first 5 minutes we were on fire,
Yeah.
I won't say on fire.
Yeah.
We were
I was
controlling the
nervous.
ball, we
I
were
was
pulling strings, Saling, Umonyane were doing their things. And that's another thing, dog. We were so skewed to the right and fit. It's like as far as
But that's your strong. That's your strong. Isn't that your strongest thingy? Your strongest point.
It just shows you that, dude, balance. And our left is terrible. Hoto, guys, I'm sorry, man.
You're not sure. You're not sure.
I'm sorry. He can't control the ball. He kept slipping. That's another thing about FNP. I don't know if in Chiefs, if I get greasy that stadium, but niggas was slipping.
I was watching the game with some timer who supports Ipagania. And I said to him that if Pirates doesn't score in the first 15 minutes, forget it. He's like, "Aye, you'll see Saleh. You'll see." And then Saleh gets the ball. Here's Blom. Then Saleh gets the ball. Here's Blom. But I don't sleeping. Nowhere to be seen. I was happy. And then Whiskey was chowing that man like nothing. And I was sober. It's like, I want to see. Then Dupree got it. I said, "Aye, here's a goal." It's like, "No, Ponchan is too good." I said, "You're gonna see. We're gonna chow."
So my man, I think we when we spoke on Friday, when we spoke on Friday, we said it derby is a weird game because it derby it doesn't really care about formia and our players. One of two things happen: the occasion overwhelms the player, and he then hides into like a little box, or the occasion wakes up a player, and the player becomes what the fans want the player, or can see what the player is supposed to be. That's what happened with your boy.
Saleng.
Saleng.
It's not just only Saleng, Tina, a lot of our players were terrible.
Didn't show up.
Was terrible.
Hot was your worst player, Chief.
Hoto was.
Hoto's horrific.
Another thing is what team was missed. And our midfield was. You guys bypassed our midfield so easily, dog.
You know why? Can I tell you where we beat you guys? Yeah. You guys didn't expect us to start Uncobo. And I mentioned it on Friday. You guys didn't call us starting Uncobo. You guys planned around the Sokhota.
Yeah.
So the expectation was that Sokhota would start. Saleng would be running and pressing Utlanti. That's how Utlanti got his 5-minute yellow card. Yeah. Then Umangete was clever and said, "Nah, you Utlanti track back and Blom will come for the tackles far wide." Blom chowed him. He ate him clean.
Blom,
for me, Blom was man of the match, not Umar. For me,
Umar, the reason why he got responsible that goal, man.
Yeah.
But that was smart.
But Umat played a game, daughter. He was an invisible wall. He played a brilliant game. I have him right up there. Goal was the differentiating factor, but I have him right up there. He was an invisible wall, like literally nothing in the middle of the park from the Pirates. You guys were not offering anything, and that's where I was scared.
Yes, I thought maybe if we're gonna control and dictate play down. That's why Bana Uloj. Yes, I know a lot of niggas are beefing with Uloj, but Uloj, we need Lodge.
I said it.
We need.
What is he injured? Is he injured or?
Uloj, he's injured. you know, but you never know.
Lodge.
You never
Lodge, I
know.
don't think it's
I think
Lodge, I think it's personal and it's a personal mandate, that one. Lodge,
And even no Pule Buffett. Vincent Pule is going forward, he's dead.
45.
Tina, the only person going forward was Kermit, who actually Kermit understood the assignment.
He's a thorn. He's a thorn.
He was a problem. Even his shots that he missed.
Did you see how deep he was? Did you see how deep he was playing?
He kept on being dragged. Yeah, he kept on being dragged onto.
He was. Yeah, he played them deep and he pulled them. Remember, I told you guys he's going to pull them and then drag. There was a shot he took where he dragged all the defenders one side with the keeper and he took the shot the other side. And I said, be careful of Kermit from that, because he's smart. He's intelligent.
Also, another thing about the Chiefs, Ashley Dupree. Something needs to happen to that boy.
How did he not move?
Especially the second opportunity. And the second one,
both of them, one-on-one, cow.
I think
both of them clear-cut chances, Chief.
I don't want to say
we're not playing. We're not playing Marumo Kellens. We're playing Pirates here. Clear-cut one-on-one chance.
I don't want to say this, but like he has the Timo vibes. Yeah, ex-Chelsea player. Where speed is there, but if finishing early out, he needs to work on
confidence, brother. It's confidence, brother.
You reckon a couple of games?
Chief, I don't think it's about that. Guys, a derby is a big game. Now, can you imagine there's 90, how many people? 90,000 people were watching that game.
Yeah, it was 80,
the stadium is on fire, Chief. The stadium is on fire, Chief. It's making a noise. It's shaking. I've been to Soccer City when it was packed to the T when Barca played Sundowns. That was the one time that stadium was trembling like this.
Yeah, it was. I was also
cement.
And I sort of felt it on Saturday with the derby. And can you imagine? We're not Barca. We're not used to playing behind such big crowds week in, week out. And I know the fan base for Chiefs is big, Chief. But to fill up FNB like that, with the expectation of everybody delivering, he was under pressure. Big match temperament is not for him. It's not.
Speaking on that experience, Ustiga was telling his story, his first derby, like first experience at derby. It had just happened after, it was the first derby after the Ellis Park tragedy. So anyway, they walked in and they had doves. They were holding doves and they were going to release the doves when they get into the field. So Uti, as he is coming down, he can hear the fans like literally shaking the stadium. He got panicked and he let go of his dove while he was still in the tunnel. So his dove flew away. And I'm like, I can only imagine, because like the pressure was with Pirates, to be honest. Because like everyone has been saying that, hey, Pirates are going to win this game. Pirates are going to win this game.
Yeah.
Big match temperament is not for everybody. Yes, I know we were upset on the day, but you were there, Chief. How was the vibe, Chief?
I know, the vibe. First things first, this is the first derby that was for me where actually people were well behaved, because I arrived 45 minutes before. And normally when you arrive around that time, the stampedes, people are, trying to force their way into the stadium.
Yeah.
But because there was a lot of security and because what they did is that they basically filtered us, First filter was just before you enter, just before you enter the turnstile, there was a first filter where you present your ticket, you show it, then you go through. Then there was a second station where they scan your ticket, then you go through. So I just feel like from an organization standpoint, like kudos to PSL for the first time. And I got, remember I told you guys I got pickpocketed last year at the stadium. So for me, it was a very traumatic.
Close,
I'm still not over it. Like, fuck those niggas who took my phone. Fair. But for me, dude, everything was perfect. It was so smooth. I got to my seat, candy with my younger brother, And dog, atmosphere was electric. I was chilling around at Makosi. these niggas lost. Especially when you guys scored 8. After the game, oh my God, niggas were laughing at me. Especially when you guys scored, because I froze. Like, because I was sitting behind the goals, behind Umponchan and that.
So you wanted to say offside. You wanted to say offside.
I was, hey man, I was like, wow. I froze. I was like, shit. Then this other guy was recording me. So I told my younger brother, I'm like, next time that we need to sit far away from these motherfuckers. We need to make sure we're around Pirates supporters. But I had fun. I won't lie to you. Yes, we got an L, we lost. Kudos to your team. Like, wow, you guys played phenomenal football. That was an entertaining game. I mean,
I wonder what Ivan is saying there. It's like the middle of the park. That is exactly where Chiefs won the game.
Ngobo won that game for Chiefs. If you think of it tactically, Ngobo won that game for Chiefs. Why? They didn't plan around him, number one. So he was that pig that changed the mindset and mentality, and he was eating mention. His last pass was disappointing. But based on decision making, movement on and off the ball, Chief, he was on top of it. And again, I was watching the stats at the bottom because we were watching it on SABC, and I haven't watched it on SABC in a while, to be honest. And at the bottom, they were presenting stats for the season. Chiefs has conceded the most goals in the first 15 minutes, but has scored the most goals in the next 15 minutes. And that's why I said, if they don't score first 15 minutes, they can't. And we were shaky in those 15 minutes. If you saw, we were very shaky. And then we started getting.
I'm coming just now.
No, it's fine.
And then we started balancing.
Utulane said he was at the left of the keeper and he saw everything. I can only imagine. And I mean, I could have gotten tickets to go. But I wasn't honestly. I was scared up until we spoke on Friday, Motisa, where you went and said, "Nah, we can do this."
Bro, like for me, it's just one of those things that I don't want to go to the stadium anymore. Well, it's been a while because, again, as X said, I wasn't pickpocketed per se, but they tried to do that whole CBD thing where they bump into you and they grab you. And, since then, it's been uneasy, and leaving was a hassle, 2 hours to get out. So I was just like, nah, I'm not going to a derby for a while. I'll go. I want to go. The vibe is brilliant once you're in the stadium. But I'm happy to hear the security is good. So hopefully the next game, man, I am there. And, I had a phenomenal weekend, except Formula One, but it is what it is.
We don't talk about Formula One here. If I end it is a Red Bull team, I see Formula One. But I think also, I hope he honestly, from here, he takes his career to the next level. Because everyone knows there's a player there. There's a very decent player. I just want him to be consistent and continue in this trajectory that he finds himself in right now.
But they bench him, bro. They bench him, bro. That guy, for me, Dolly shouldn't even be captain. He should. He's talent,
How old is that boy that
I don't care how old you are, boy. De Ligt was captain at 19 and got to the semi-final of Champions League. If you had the leadership qualities,
De Ligt at 19 that I had played more than close to about 100 games for Ajax at 19.
How long has Ungobo been playing first team football? It's probably 3 or 4 seasons now, Chief. He's been exposed. He's played national team. He's played under 23.
He was
Chief,
smooth.
He's got the stripes, Chief. Him and Blom, for me, Bobby, give Blom that contract, please. He needs it.
I know.
Pay him what he deserves.
Please. Yeah, man. Guys, kudos to your team. Like, I think Pirates spectator,
I'll give it to you for giving credit.
Sorry?
I'll give it to you for giving credit.
Yeah, no, I have to, dog. I have to. And hopefully Nati, we ensure that we win on Saturday. Because for me,
there's
that's
no
where,
other way.
dude,
There's no other way.
man, we have to beat the Amazon. For me, once we get a trophy, then it's fine. We can finish in the top 8. It's fine.
Bragging rights. Nah, it's bragging
I just
rights.
need a trophy, dog. I really need a trophy. And I
Tina
know it's
a Carling Cup. The Carling Cup, I know. I know. We lost to Makufe. So we're gonna win the Carling Cup. I know my team.
So my man, and the other thing, one of the atmosphere in Durban is it's going to be electric because I hear a lot of boys are traveling down, and guys was in Durban are going to go out and support, but it won't have the same feel as Derby, and I think Pirates must just use the failure of the Derby. Peter Mazulu, and because they need to win it. Because if they lose this one, it's going to be a tough 2 months. Because now, after this, we're going to break for 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
Do not undermine Hebe
Amazulu.
Yeah. Eminem is hungry. No, but President Chairperson is hungry for a cup. He's probably promised them the world if they come back with the trophy. Do not underestimate Uwaichukucha, my former player, number 12, George Malulek. You also Chaya, left and right experience.
He wants to prove a point.
He's challenging one man.
Even Cabatinho, Mahan.
You see, I don't understand why Kevin Hunt sold that guy. Why Pirates sold him. I don't understand why you guys sold Mahan.
And then who's that striker? The former Pirate striker. He's a
Major.
Now he's gonna have a point to prove.
Major.
Yes. He's been playing
Super sub, Super sub, Major.
Super sub.
Do not underestimate Uzuma, Umsholos. I know him from the time he was in my team. Do not underestimate anybody in Hebe Usutu. Mina, Saturday, I'm supporting Hebe Usutu.
You guys.
Credo Moto, do you want to call the score? What's going to happen this weekend?
We will take the L. The boys will come back with empty and 8. Yeah, Mina, score this weekend. I think it will go to penalties, personally.
Oh God, that's better. Penalties, dog. It's a loss already, dog. Did you see Kev? What happened, dog? Pirates, like we struggle with penalties, dog. 0 if you see my penalty, dog.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think it's going to be final. It's going to be final. Gasaling Wakon. He has to come right.
You are Credo Muta.
Because I'm pretty sure his ego is bruised as fuck. I can only imagine because probably they didn't train yesterday. And today they had to go back, and the egos are bruised because Pelani memes now.
It's not necessarily that. I get you, but I also think that you've got to be tactically on point, and I must give it to 10-1 Mangete. He was tactically smart, and I told you I fear your coach when it comes to tactics, when it comes to planning, and I think Magneta beat him mentally by who he put in his lineup versus who they expected in the lineup. That's where he beat them in the game, because definitely they planned around Sokhota, and you could see it when Sokhota came on, that you guys were prepared for Sokhota. He came on towards the end, and you guys didn't think Billiard would start. And a Billiard, though he's not scoring, but he was a bit of a headache.
Billiard has got this thing of attracting defenders to himself. And then what then happens is it frees up the other attacking players around him. And I think that's the other thing also. But team needs to wear when is team back?
He needs to come back ASAP.
I think it's 3 games or something.
Dude. It's suspension. How long is the suspension for, man?
Isn't it 2 games? Is it 2 games?
Yeah, I think he's out for 2 games.
That's
man. Yeah, your middle.
Yeah.
it's
I
two
know,
games.
gents.
So
Let's hop on to other things that took place, this weekend. I
Eish,
think
eish, eish, eish.
20 minutes is enough.
Eish.
Let's go to Premier League, man.
So
What happened to your
I'll,
team,
I'll
dog?
I'll come out and say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I do not know. I was getting my texts from friends. They were like, "Yo, dude, I wonder what's going on in the other channel." Ngathi
Yeah.
angizi. Ngathi, I'm watching the derby. I am not going. Mingithi ngiyachecka ndoda 20 minutes in bathi 2-0. Ngathi yabona yi sizoyikhondeka i5. And then halftime. Hey, nangu Ivan.
I want him because I said it last week. I did me. I said Potter, it's too big for him. It's too big, guys. Chelsea's too big.
And guess what was ringing in my head? Exactly that.
Chelsea's
made a
too
mistake.
big for Graham Potter. It was too soon, X.
And
do you tell me that what's the previous manager's name? Now his name's of Tuchel would have lost like this. Not a chance in hell.
Nah, but I think there was a game with Tuchel, but I think in and around that time it was his final days. I can't remember where
to Leeds.
But Nazi ended that we concede 2 own goals. And you are away. I ended that. It's just like that's starting on the back foot already. And
3 at the back.
Yeah, and then we then come back and score 1 goal. Hey, now the hope. Gents, hope will kill you. Hope is the death of us when it comes to football. But there's honestly, from my side, I think post-match interview, Potter went and said we couldn't match the intensity. I didn't watch the first half, and already we were three goals down. By then, it was more because I don't see us. In as much as we've got goals in us, we don't have enough to kill off a deficit of 3 goals in 45 minutes.
Yeah. I know, but another thing is as well, Sihle dog. It's of course, remember you sent me a VN after the game between Chiefs and Pirates, and you're laughing at me. And you know what I did, Mulise? I opened the EPL app, took a screenshot,
and you said, here you go.
And I was like, Azini, tata. But anyway, I was like, hey, see, these things happen. I mean, Nazis, Mulise. I mean, we've also
6-4. 6-1 the other day.
We've got a lot of elves.
Brentford 4-0.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So
but it's too soon. It's too soon. I know Mike, I'm pretty sure is watching, and he's like, nah, it's not soon. You can let him go. I think it's too soon. We're rebuilding. These are blips, and I say blips, but
you can't. Chelsea cannot be going through rebuilding phase. I'm sorry. Chelsea is playing Champions League. You're not like us. You understand? You're not like us. You're not coming from where we come from. Chelsea cannot be rebuilding. Chelsea right now should be performing, should be winning. And I think the biggest mistake is you guys believed in Tuchel. He won you guys the Champions League. And when it was a rough patch, you let him go. Look what we did with Ole. And I know, we don't like Ole. But we backed him until the end. And he still got us to number 2. He still got us through to Champions League. Blah blah blah. We cannot go through a phase.
But
what number was he on the log, Chief? And in reality, he wasn't losing; he was drawing.
But gents, I think
if you recall,
let's be honest. If you are going to buy a team, if you buy a team and you don't get along with the manager, end of the day, the manager reports to you. You own the club, and if you feel good, my guy, you and I don't share visions of the way the club should be or where the club is going. You let him go. I don't agree with the decision, as I've said previously. Ugutu Tuchel should have been given more time, but the man that they got is someone that was left field but not a lot of people were against the idea of giving him an opportunity, given of what he achieved at Brighton.
Fam.
His style of play.
I think he should have achieved what somebody like Pochettino achieved before he was given the big stage. Like at least get to Champions League, at least like push your team to those levels, Chief. It was far too soon. And he was building well with Brighton. Brighton was a team that we feared. They were playing very, very well. They were playing beautiful football. They were beating everybody. I think they beat City at some point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did.
Or they drew or something, if I'm not mistaken, right?
And then they drew with Liverpool as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Chief, he was on to something there. Exactly like Eddie Howe. Is it the time now to move Eddie Howe from Newcastle to take on Tottenham? You can't, Chief. You can't. You can't.
The stakes are different,
and he's building solidly with what he has. And Eddie Howe, yes, more experienced in the Premier League. Blah blah blah. We can go and have that conversation. But for me, look at what he's built, Graham Potter, with Brighton, and they chowed him.
But I think also, I think also he doesn't have his starting 11. He tinkers. He's trying to figure out his starting 11. He's like, what, 6-7 games in? And you have to allow him that, because the squad that he has is quite a big squad.
It is. It's humongous.
Him figuring out which combination works and which combination doesn't really work is a concern for him, because right now the only thing that he's guaranteed to tell you is that Kepa starts.
Yeah, but he substituted.
Thiago still
half time.
He got injured.
Yeah,
or something. And then
Thiago team.
and then you've got Thiago in the back with that experience. But like, honestly, if we are being honest, he doesn't have his definite starting 11. Sure, fine, the English players know they've got a good chance with him being an English manager and whatnot. And I think we've spoken about this. His selection, his starting 11 is going to be under scrutiny going forward, because his bias towards English players was starting to show.
It is. Look at Sterling, man. Apparently, Sterling was trending on Twitter. I was wondering, like, what's going on when I went on Twitter.
Let's check.
See, it's just them grilling Sterling. Chelsea fans and of course neutrals as well, saying that to Sterling, I second Abayake. And
we'll come right. We'll come right. I think let's give Potter time. I think there's 2 game weeks left. There's
you guys play Tottenham next.
No. Liverpool is playing Tottenham this coming weekend.
But you guys want to play Arsenal though soon, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Yes, Chelsea plays Arsenal on Sunday.
Yeah,
Super Sunday.
Arsenal on Sunday. Yeah, Chelsea plays Arsenal on Sunday.
So Sunday, Liverpool versus Spurs.
Yes, Liverpool versus Spurs. And we take on Aston Villa. Sizobashaya.
They've got a new manager.
I know, and he won and he thrashed.
And remember, dog. He chilled the whole night just for us to lose on penalties.
And he beat us Sociedad now first game of the Euro. He chowed us. Don't forget 2-1.
But just to wrap up on Chelsea. Chelsea's going to be fine. I think the 4 games that are coming, the break is going to suit Potter, just to have a good think as to who he is and the club that he is coaching right now. And come Boxing Day, let's see. I think the World Cup. I was looking at Chelsea players that are going to the World Cup or might be going to the World Cup. It's quite a few, and there's a few that are not going. So the break actually suits us in Liverpool, which is us moving over to Liverpool needs
a break.
Like the Liverpool guys, like what's happening? Do you guys think
they look exhausted? They look exhausted.
Yeah, but they've played a lot of. Liverpool has never had depth, guys.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Never.
They've been playing the same squad for 3-4 seasons in a row now.
Yeah,
it's a frugal squad.
Yeah, bro. Surely by now we know how to get past to Trent, Chief.
And I was about to say, that's the thing. I feel like we're beginning to figure out Liverpool because it's been the same old, same old. Eventually,
but I honestly think with the Liverpool, the break suits them because it's if they continue at this rate,
Liverpool just needs to buy, Chief. You need depth, Chief. The thing is, if you look at United right now, Chief, and I'm not saying we've built a perfect squad yet, but there's an element of depth that we have, Chief. There's an element. No. Let me explain why I say that. There's an element of depth. Why? Because if I'm going to speak about Fridge, for example, if we don't play Fridge, we have the ability to play Ulindelov, no Martinez. If Varane is fit, we have we can rotate amongst 4 center backs that we can play however we want to play. We already know Liverpool is going to play Van Dijk, Gomez. Finish. There's exactly left back. We can play Shaw. We can play what's his name?
Malacia.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys standard. Motalaban. Right back. We can play Dalo. We can play Uwan Pisaka, who we're not playing. It's fine. That's fine.
Continue. No, I want you to continue with your depth.
Yes. But so we're playing Dalo. You guys standard. 3 seasons in a row you've been playing Trent. Standard. Midfield. Yeah. Milner. Guys, Milner's 50.
Yeah. Milner has been playing since
gone. That guy played with Lucas Radebe. He made his debut when Lucas Radebe was playing.
But no, Lucas Radebe.
Radebe.
Come
on.
So I was chatting with Ushavir. Ushavir is like Hendo is done. Milner, also another one who's done. Fabinho, for some reason, is just it's almost like he's given up. He was terrible. He likened him to a traffic cone where he was just standing there, just not doing anything.
Give us Fabinho. I don't think.
Yeah, just like you've got Fred. But
I don't think we'd mind Fabinho.
I don't think Man United has depth going forward. I think you've got depth in all the positions that you've mentioned defense-wise. But as you put it, it's a hint of depth. But going forward,
we don't have. I want to say depth in terms of quality and correct my English. We don't have depth in terms of quality, but we've got players we can rotate. We've got players that we can rotate here and there, and they can rotate versatility in and around positions that they even play. You understand?
Yeah.
Like even the lineup we saw on Sunday, I didn't expect that lineup personally. I didn't.
That's all.
I didn't. He changed it. Chief Utoni show booted one game, but you're not even in the squad. How guys? What's going on?
Uzidan used to do that thing, and now it's a big hoo-ha. But anyway, enough about English media saying he's showboating and whatnot. If he wants to enjoy himself in the field, let him enjoy himself in the field.
International football doesn't allow for that, Chief.
Nah, but the thing is that Moody said, dog, the people who criticize Anthony are those that don't have sauce. They don't have the flair.
Thank you. Like
they don't know how to
Paul Scholes was the biggest hypocrite. He's like, why is he doing that? And I'm like, because you can't do it yourself.
Exactly, they can't. Nabo Owen Hargreaves, they can't, bro. So that's the reason why the English hate showboating.
Don't listen to those people. Jamie Carragher said Martinez cannot play centre back.
And right now he's there.
It's too soon. It's too soon. But I will swallow my pride and say, I've been watching Martinez the last 3 games, and I must say, he is.
Big Six is big. Big Six is big.
Is big. Like these guys need to respect Big Six, man. I've been telling you guys, enjoy a game and play to Big Six and thang. And yesterday Moody said to why does Man United is because the last 10 minutes again, bro, the hair had to save us. But did you see that save for Kurt Zuma?
I saw, and as I was gonna reply you, my phone died.
Sorry, gents. I was I was checking a homework there. But David, how David to Spaniel is all. Yo. There's three saves he made in the last 15 minutes. Like after the second one, David is. And someone mentioned to David.
Why is it shy, West Ham?
I don't know, and they've always been a tough team for us. We always have to fight tooth and nail to beat West Ham, dog. And
I can't remember who mentioned on David he might not be traveling to Qatar with the Spanish team.
He didn't even make the provisional.
He's not in the provisional 30 squad, Chief. He's not.
Not even 30. So it's 30 to 55, dog.
Yeah, bro.
55. They didn't even select him, dog. Enrique he's never, ever since Enrique took over, the hair has never ever played for Spain.
This week, I know that. My points now, not only like literally, you have to thank him for those points.
No normal manager would not call David up, Chief, even if he's second choice. A normal manager, a manager that isn't biased to Barca players. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's dude. I was also,
and we can speak about that. But ever since that guy has been manager, Chief, he's been biased to Barcelona players.
Only, dog. It's Barca. Not even Thiago makes it, dog. Thiago.
Fana, who from Madrid makes it? Barely. Who's in Madrid? Few people from Madrid.
Madrid don't have 5 Spanish players, dog, right now.
They play for Madrid, the Champions League winners. Come on.
I think there are countries that are going to the World Cup that will give their left testicle to have a player like Thiago in their side.
Dude, Thiago benches, dog, for days. Even Rodri, because he starts Ubani Busquets ahead of Rodri. See what I'm saying? Bias to Barca players. So that's why they're not gonna win.
And if you enjoy football, like enjoy proper football, watch Thiago throughout a game in Liverpool, where it's almost like he buys himself time. And most of these players, they struggle when under pressure. But to Thiago, like none of that. He
was better at Bayern for me.
What is he shining now?
He was, I don't know, gents, but for me, he was better at Bayern. For me, personally. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, I think as well he was also better than at Bayern.
Yeah, but I think
Bayern, he was surrounded by.
He was finished.
He had Kimmich next to him, bro, who's one of the holding me.
That guy.
Who does he have now? He has got Hendo.
That guy.
Yeah,
he's got
Milner.
Mzansi, we call them Mama Old Croc.
Dude, I'm a track. Guys who have no flair,
And
so that's the thing. He's not surrounded by.
Do you want to talk about the log leaders? That bubble that we said is going to burst. What? Leading out of the forest. Okay, we see what you did there.
Nice one, Ivan.
Yeah, nice one.
I feel for Arsenal right now because they've got momentum and now they have to stop.
Arsenal is shy. Arsenal, I am sorry.
I trap it Tina Modise, dog.
Tina Pay.
Yeah, as dog,
Tina Pella, we only lost. We lost out in leading this log in that first game against Brentford and that game against City.
Yeah, and as well, even who's this? But even Brighton. Hey, Brighton is shy. Sure. But Arsenal are also gonna start. They're gonna go through. I mean, I just think it's even Arsenal depth is a
problem.
It's a problem because there's a difference between Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus.
Nah, but like they've got that other kid who came in, the one that scored the
young
2 goals. Nelson, I think.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Do you guys rate Nelson?
Nah, he had a decent game. Honestly, he
No,
had a
he
very
played
good
well,
game.
Chief. Nah, he did, Chief. And football, Chief. We look at
Yeah,
the
Nelson.
goals, and he managed to deliver where it was key, and that's it. And they won the game 5-0. Remember, Arsenal doesn't have depth now, and honestly, they don't need it now. Arsenal have been rebuilding, so it's okay for them to finish this season with the squad because they're delivering. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to read them from the time the league comes back to until the league ends. I think from there they just need to go up. I don't think they need depth right now, Chief. Personally, me, I think right now
so
let them continue the momentum.
From your side, right now is it's November basically.
Yeah.
And Arsenal is leading the log. Come end of the season, for you, what would you say Arsenal achieve if they finish that position?
They would have won the league.
Okay, they would have won the league. So that's the thing, Uguti. They've put pressure on themselves right now, Uguti. They are the leaders, and they've put a target in their backs. So no. So to say, Uguti, it's fine for them not to buy players, and the squad is going to carry them through. I don't think the squad is enough to carry them through, because this squad is a weird.
I think they're still underdogs. Let's be honest. For the league, yes, they've set the map, but we know City. All of us know City right here. All of us.
Yeah.
Haaland korang ama flying kick, guys. Flying kick. So you can understand what I'm saying to you, Sitle, is right now is not the time for them to fix something that's working. You understand? Yes, they can buy to build the bench and improve, but the system is there and it's running.
The one thing that has always been the Arsenal way is when it comes to crunch time, they always have a very soft middle. What I mean by that is that, can this team afford and still stand tall if they were to go on a 3-game losing or drawing streak? I don't see that in them. I see them as being very, very fragile, and that's the Arsenal of the past. Unless Coach Wabo has instilled that, like, gents, the past L is exactly that, the past L.
Can I say something? Yeah.
Come in.
I agree with Sihle. I'm with Sihle on this one, Modise. As much as we support the same team, I think remember when we played Arsenal, Thomas Partey was injured. Him being injured meant that
changed everything. Okay.
Yeah, it meant that from a stability standpoint, they now replacing him with Sambi Lakonga and Homeboy.
Two very different strengths.
And as well, the gap between the two, dog. That's why City are so good. The gap between Mahrez and fucking Phil Foden.
It's like, it's this much.
Yeah, it's mine. Yeah.
No, but City, guys, let's not talk City. We can't benchmark against
No, but
City.
they're the complete guys. That's what we need to strive.
No, you bench them against the current champions.
We have to,
because that's the animal you're trying to
exactly. We need to dethrone these guys because, dude, if we're gonna continue saying, we're satisfied with top 4, we're not gonna win nothing, dog.
You're gonna say you're satisfied with top 4 until when? Champions League is enough for you. No,
it's not. Especially if you've won it before. Your club has won it before. We've won it before, Moody's, as much as it was 2008. But
10 years
seen
ago.
Our team lift
10
out
seasons
that
ago.
trophy. Yeah, but we're better than a lot of teams. Even Nottingham Forest fans were singing that we've got a European trophy when they were at the Emirates Stadium. They were, Nottingham Forest have 2
Champions League.
They were singing that at the Emirates Stadium because Arsenal have never ever won it. But I'm just saying, dog, like I'll always compare us with City because I want our clubs to start challenging City. We can't turn Premier League into Bundesliga. Dog. We can't allow this team to constantly win trophies because eventually they're gonna start winning. They'll win 10, then 10 will turn to 15, then 15 will turn into 20, and they'll equal us. And then what?
We need oil money.
Yeah, that too we do need oil. I've been saying. I mean, I want that Saudi prince to pull through, dog, and just say,
Yeah, bro.
you know what I mean. Been, I've been saying now because Funela Matafo black boys, dog, like niggas who just in Mali. He pulls up his turban and here's a stack, dog. Like I want
do you
that
think?
sort of thing, dog.
Do you think Chelsea will finish top 4?
Maybe.
With the way things are going.
Yeah.
It pains me. And this is me being honest with me.
And you guys have digressed. If you guys don't make top 4, you've digressed, dog.
Yeah.
It's a digress.
Heavily.
You guys have digressed, dude.
Yeah. No, heavily.
Yeah.
So it pains me to say, like literally, if we don't achieve top 4 right now, yeah, and the thing is, a semi-final spot in the Champions League is not enough.
It's not, dude. It's a digression, dog.
Unless you win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Unless if we win Champions League.
Doubt.
Yeah.
If we win Champions League, but going against Abu Madrid, going against Bayern and whatnot. But you never know. We did it a couple of seasons back. We can always try.
You guys won it, dog. And Minanje Funi Europe, I've been saying this. I will say this again and again and again. For me, I need us to win Europa, dog. That's dude. Even if we finish fifth,
Thursday night football.
Barcelona.
No,
Barcelona.
So Juve is there. There is
Juve njengana mazinyo, dog.
Okay.
Njengana mazinyo, Juve.
Come on.
I think it champions. Sorry, I think Thursday night football has historically best teams, has been teams, and right now it's a very strong lineup.
It is. Even Atletico Madrid are also there now.
Oh yeah, Atletico is there.
Interesting times, but I don't fear any of those teams, dog. They're going through a lot. Those teams.
Now, when there was a chance or a point that you had a chance of winning Thursday night football, and
we lost on penalty, dog.
But still, you didn't show up for that game.
He stifled us.
Chief. But these things happen, Chief. These things happen. Let it be. We've showed you guys that we have the ability to do certain things, guys. At least we don't worry about United. Watch and learn.
Guys,
watch and learn. When you tell me to watch and learn, the last time you won the league was 10 years ago.
Well, watch and learn.
Okay, it's fine.
It's watch and learn. But anyway, guys, let's move on. Let's move on. I wanted us to discuss the cricket, guys. We have to talk about it. Really like.
So this is my view. This is honestly, I'm conflicted. Do we take Utemba out now?
No.
And
I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this. No, you cannot take Temba out now. You can't. Temba was our captain 2021 World Cup. The only team that we lost to in that 2021 T20 World Cup was the team that won the cup, Australia.
True.
We beat England, which went rampage on all the other teams, including Australia. We beat them. Australia beat us the first game.
Yeah.
We are aligned. Let's look at this season. Temba, yes, hasn't delivered with the bat. I know that. It's frustrating for everybody. He's not delivering with the bat. For me, I also think that mentally, South Africa has fucked him. Personally. South Africa has fucked him mentally. Chief, that guy's mind, he's under so much pressure where he is every time he faces a ball that I hope I don't go out. That's the pressure you're facing, Chief. How do you perform?
He's playing a tournament where he cannot really afford to have too many dot balls.
Fair. But that's the pressure that he's coming with, Chief. He's lost form. Virat was under form for the past 2 years in T20. Virat hadn't scored over 100 or over 50 in almost 2 years. Nobody was talking and crying. Markram was off form. T20, Rassi was off form. Nobody was singing songs and crying. Nobody's speaking about Tristan Stubbs right now. I said on Twitter that let's drop Tristan Stubbs. Guys, Tristan Stubbs performed one game for us where he got that 72 runs and he hit all those sixes.
You don't like that boy. You've said it.
I like him.
But
I like
what
him.
was he doing though yesterday?
He's one for the future. He's like Bravis, who scored locally today 162 in the CSA 20, right? But I like the guy. Just hold. Pause. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, no stress. Yeah, it's gonna be telling them, hey. Yeah.
But it's shy.
Yeah.
No, I like the guy, Kau. I like the guy. But we've got to be clear on the mandate. If we're going to speak about people who don't perform, let's not say we're building for the future with Tristan Stubbs and giving him experience. Chief, we've got Temba's experience to win this damn World Cup, and we've got a very good chance after yesterday. Very, very good chance.
Hey, but yesterday was a stress, not you?
No,
not entirely good. If you watch how we built up the game, yes, after we lost QDK and after we lost to Rousseau, yes.
Yeah.
But did Temba not contribute with these 10 runs, Chief?
He did. He steadied the ship a bit.
I'm fine.
Yeah. But another thing is that guys also luck played on our side, dog. Those Coley dropping a catch. I think that was my first time seeing
Coley out of all fielders.
Dang, that
Temba
drop, and that was
to win this World Cup.
Dog, there's no sunlight. It's not like there was the sun in his eyes, bro. Like
none of that.
None of that. This guy drops it.
Yeah.
Can you also take a moment to appreciate Ngidi?
Yeah, I know. No.
Boy delivered.
Yeah.
Delivered. He delivered like a midwife.
I did. He did. I get him. It's as in Ngiri.
I love that boy. Every time they bench him, I'm so upset, man. Yes. No, man. Ngidi is the one player of all our bowlers. And again, we cannot bench KG. We all know that. We all know that. But we know Ngidi is the one bowler we have that never or barely gets his line and length wrong. Even if they smack him for a 6.
He's consistent. He's very consistent with his
Even
with
if
his
they smack him for a 6, right? He's going to bowl the same length because if you miss it, out.
Yeah. That's true.
No mistake. No cap.
Just not even talking about Proteas right now, but you saw England, our foes, might not make the next round.
That's good.
And Australia.
Pommy tears are the best tears. I was even telling you. Pommy tears, bro. Like they're the best tears compared to like really, guys. Like
but now we're facing Pakistan on Wednesday. I think Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two. And for us to make it to the next round, because India is playing Bangladesh.
Yeah.
For us to make it to the next round, we have to win.
For us to make it, we have to beat either Pakistan or Netherlands. That's it.
No. Can we win all our games, guys? I mean, I just want us to win all our games, personally.
Look, Pakistan always has us by the balls.
Yep.
Pakistan, all the teams that have beat Pakistan, they've done 2 things right. Get Baba early, very early, very early. Get Rizwan early. If you get those 2, you're through the lineup. Guys, Baba Azam is dangerous.
He's a problem.
Manshanga 120 while you guys don't think of it.
Yeah. Yes. Especially at the shorter format, dog. Because he's also good as a test batsman as well. But
that guy was number 1 for all 3 formats at some point. Only Virat has done that.
Damn.
He's started out, go. So I think.
But African counterpart showed us or gave us the
we have to give
this is how you beat Pakistan.
But they should have beat Bangladesh, Kao. They should have beat Bangladesh. You're so upset. When I saw that no ball, I said, this guy's going to hit a 4. Something's going to happen. Why miss? You're so upset, man.
Dude.
But who's taking this tournament? Are the Proteas taking it? Or it's too early to call?
I think we have a very good chance. Us or New Zealand.
Yeah. I say us, Modise. I really think luck is also going to play a huge role, dog. But after seeing what India were doing, dog. I was like, guys, is this India dropping us like this?
Yeah,
They dropped they messed up three, nah. It was three catches. Three. There's that one where they bumped into each other. When they were running. That one was dog. I was like,
but we're going through here.
Uthemba ubuya Eastern Cape, ubuphahla, usorted.
For game.
Sorted. For the tournament,
honestly, I'm conflicted with do we drop him now or drop him later? Because I think what will happen is that if he doesn't perform against Pakistan and we get knocked out, the blame will solely sit on him.
We're not gonna get knocked out.
Bro. Temba, Bavum.
Watch. You're talking to him now? If he's watching,
guys, if Temba didn't go out early versus Bangladesh,
we would have
Would Rousseau have scored 100?
Dude.
Don't say
I hate when that happens. No, I hate when that happens. If this, then we don't live in alternate universe where we can foresee with like if this happened and whatnot. Then I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Temba as his numbers. He hasn't brought us numbers.
Sitle. All openers start off slow, especially in this tournament. The only opener that hasn't started slow, if you've watched all the games,
it's the Australian,
not the captain, and the New Zealand guy, the young guy from New Zealand that was hitting sixes all over the ground, Allen or something like that, right? He's the one guy that hasn't started slowly, right? But the other day he tried to go as fast and he was out for one. And that happens. It's T20.
I think it's T20. T20 is rock and roll cricket, where you have to take your chances.
So Mfana, if yesterday Temba went as fast as QDK or tried to go as fast as Rousseau with all that swing, he wouldn't have scored 10.
It's not in his game.
Chief, his game is to start slow. That's why he's coming in at number 1. Now, you guys are putting him under pressure to play a game that he doesn't play, but he's leading us to win. Guys, go look at the stats from the 2021 World Cup. Temba carried us, guys, when the Proteas were struggling. He was the only guy that put his hand up and performed. Test, ODI, T20.
This sounds familiar. Regarding the... he carried us the last tournament and whatnot. It's almost like CR and Man United.
The problem that I hate, is that every time Temba doesn't perform. There was a time Temba didn't perform and he went through poor form in test format. When Faf was captain, they dropped him. He went and played domestic cup and he scored 180, not out, right? In the domestic team. He came back to the test format since then. He's been probably the best performing we have in the test team. Right. The problem is when Temba doesn't perform, everybody is very quick to just hammer him. Like he's the only player that ever goes off form. Come on. Come on.
Because Markram doesn't get the stick.
Exactly. Nobody gets the stick. Markram didn't perform in the test arena. Was he still playing? Rassi is only performing in ODIs. Only ODIs. That's the only format he's performing. But he gets called up. Nobody complains.
When Utemba is good, the Proteas are doing very well. When Utemba is doing well, when Temba is not doing well, Temba is not doing well. Now everyone has to go right ahead, and they forget are the results coming on or not. I hear you.
Sitle, you must follow people like Oheshel Gibbs. They running on this rampage that Temba must be dropped. Chief, they couldn't win the World Cup themselves. We didn't win the World Cup with Abu AB de Villiers. We didn't win the World Cup with the best 2015 ODI team that was superstars that were playing. Chief, they didn't win the World Cup. Who are they now to come and
say how to win the World Cup?
They're
writing a book. They're writing a book how to win the World Cup.
Yes, Riza deserves to play. Yes, I agree. Riza Hendricks deserves to play. I agree fully. He deserves to open. But Temba's winning us games. He's winning. He's the captain. He's making the decisions. He's making the calls on the field.
Rousseau played very well against Bangladesh. I enjoyed.
Chief, you can't drop Rousseau. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Even when India got him out for second ball, LBW, they were celebrating. They know.
They've won the game.
They know. They thought they had won after they got Quinton and after they got Uraso. And that's why I was happy with how Markram performed. He pulled up his socks. He played well. He relaxed. Same with Miller. They were patient. But why aren't we talking about Tristan Stubbs, guys? Do we need to give you experience when we need to win a game against Pakistan?
No, we don't. We don't. On picking on people, can I just quickly pick on the minister of sports and whoever the minister of who is responsible to make sure that we watch a game? Why are the Proteas playing in an international tournament and we do not have SABC talking to DSTV to go right ahead and make this happen? Because national pride is at stake.
Business. Nah, we're running a business here, man.
No. Whoever wants to build a flag, I got 22 million for the flag, give it to MultiChoice if he has to, so that our people, our kids that don't have a DSTV can watch these games, get inspired.
Yeah, it's like even for the World Cup, dog. Like, hey, if you've got SABC, I'm sure it's selected games. I'm not sure how many. Am I right? How many?
No,
games they have.
It's honestly, it's getting ridiculous now. We are at that point of everything is privatized. Even national pride has to be privatized in that way.
Guys, we grew up without having access of watching cricket on SABC.
No, cricket was on SABC. What, 3 or 2?
3,
how many
on
games?
SABC 3?
All the games.
But what one of those games that made a difference?
But the World Cup we did.
Yeah, actually, World Cup, you're right. World Cup,
I remember 2003 World Cup in SA. I think it was in SA 2003 when Australia won.
It was local.
When they had Ricky Ponting and Matthew Hayden.
It was local.
Yeah, okay, that one. Yeah,
let's speak about offshore. Let's speak offshore.
Ish, man.
What rights do we have as SABC? Let's speak those local. It's easy. We know that it's easier to get those broadcast rights.
When are we gonna host a World Cup anyway, locally, dog? Cricket World Cup.
It's gonna be a while.
I mean, I'm going to this SA20 thing in Jan. That's my plan. I'm going to watch this T20 thing in Jan, and
it's actually not going to be a bad idea.
Yeah,
I'm going, Chief. Let's go, gents. It's a must. Yeah. It's a must. I want to go. It's
I've
gonna
vented
be
enough about Minister of Sport, but it's national pride is at stake. Where we know cricket is played by a certain race, and the more we don't watch these games, or our kids don't watch these games, the more they don't get inspired.
Don't ignore rugby as well, guys. Don't ignore it.
No,
we have the very same problem. Rugby, we don't, guys. There was the World Cup. Was it 2007 when they showed the final on SABC? Go get how many people were watching that game, Chief. Everybody, the entire nation was watching that. My dad doesn't understand rugby from a bar of soap. He was watching that game and he was like, "Bayokor, yeah!" And I was like, "You see."
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how you teach people.
It's exactly that. Yeah. It's honestly exactly that. Where the minute you get people talking about a certain sport, then people are intrigued because the more games you watch, the more you have an understanding. Would say, if Mshaela, it's leg before, it's LBW, which is his legs before the wicket.
Exactly. That's how you take interest, and you take interest in the game, and then people start wanting to play the game, and then you nurture talent.
But anyway, just on that, if Bakers should come back, they had that. Sorry, Let me stop now because I'll go on and on and on and on and on. I think we can wrap it up, gents. Unless
I was about to say, guys, thank you so much for availing yourselves. Hey, this was a very, of course, dope episode as per usual. And yeah, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is Sport, and we out.
Sure. Cool. See. Now you recognize.